The cat and dog's unusual friendship. In a small village at the corner of an old mud brick house lived two animals who seemed destined never to get along, a cat named Chameli and a dog named Sheru. On the surface, they were complete opposites. Chameli was soft, graceful, and mischievous. Sheru was strong, loyal, and always alert. Villagers often said, "A cat and a dog can never be friends." But time had a different story to tell. Chameli loved sitting by the window, chasing butterflies and teasing sparrows. Sheru, on the other hand, spent his days guarding the gate, barking at strangers, and protecting his master's home. At first, they despised each other. If Chameli dared to dip her nose into the food bowl, Sheru would bark furiously. Chameli, not one to back down, would swish her long tail and hiss as if to say, "This belongs to me." The constant quarrels annoyed the family, but one stormy afternoon changed everything. A moment of realization. It was midday when heavy rain and strong winds swept through the village. Chameli, playing near the window, was caught off guard when the shutters slammed shut, throwing her outside. She fell hard into the muddy ground, drenched and shivering. Sheru saw her struggling. Without hesitation, he dashed forward, gently picked her up by the scruff of her neck, and carried her to the dry corner of the yard. Chameli was stunned. The very dog she had feared and fought with was now her savior. She let out a soft meow, not of defiance, but of gratitude. For the first time, her eyes reflected trust instead of fear. A growing bond. From that day onward, things changed. Sheru began sharing his food, allowing Chameli to eat beside him. Chameli, in return, stopped teasing and sometimes curled up near Sheru's paws. The villagers were astonished to see the transformation. At night, when the village was asleep, the two sat together under the moonlit sky. Sheru would let out low, soulful whines, while Chameli answered with her gentle meows. Though they spoke different languages, their hearts understood each other perfectly. The test of friendship. One night, danger crept into the village. A group of thieves broke into the yard and tried to force open the house door. Sheru barked with all his might, but the thieves struck him with sticks. Bruised and bleeding, he still stood firm, refusing to let them in. Chameli, seeing Sheru's struggle, ran inside the kitchen. She jumped onto a shelf and deliberately knocked down a clay pot. The loud crash startled the household. The owners rushed out and the neighbors followed. Startled by the commotion, the thieves fled into the darkness. The family quickly tended to Sheru's wounds and gently stroked Chameli's fur. That night, the villagers whispered among themselves, "These two are not enemies, they are each other's strength." The true meaning of friendship. As time passed, their bond grew stronger. Often, Chameli could be seen perched proudly on Sheru's back as he strutted around the yard. At other times, Sheru would lie in the grass while Chameli curled against his chest, purring softly. The villagers, once skeptical, now smiled whenever they saw the two together. The children often said, "If a cat and a dog can become friends, then why can't we?" The ending lesson. Chameli and Sheru's story became a symbol of love and loyalty. The villagers no longer saw them as mere animals, but as living proof that true friendship knows no boundaries. And so, the cat and the dog taught everyone that real bonds aren't defined by appearances, species, or differences. What matters is the honesty of the heart.